Hey, everybody, welcome back. We are embarking on our second adventure with our culture cues. Yay, we are so excited. And this season, this segment, we are talking about change, and we have been talking about language and change. So, for today's culture cues, I'm going to be sharing with you some corporate terminology that I think emphasizes violence and maybe negative energy a little bit, and how we can shift that terminology into something more optimistic, uplifting, and positive, and still get the same results, which is important. So, first, my personal favorite, and this is something I have been speaking for a long time. I no longer use deadline. I bring things to life with a lifeline. Nobody's dying on
Yes.
this.
I've heard you use that several times, and I find that pioneer, and I hope it catches on.
I hope it catches on. It needs to. It's so much more exciting. Are we battling our competition, or are we thriving in competition? How do we let competition uplift us instead of beat us down? What about instead of cracking down on things, why don't we just streamline it? Let's just make it flow.
So let it flow.
I literally will never walk into anything labeled a war room. Okay. I'm like, no, I'm out of there. But I will all day long hang out in a strategy hub. Okay. Let's just check that out. And are you slammed with work? What about being just in the zone? Think about that. Somebody walks up to you and you're like, hey, I'm slammed. Leave me alone. Or what about if you're just like, hey, I'm in the zone. Get back with me later. What feels better? Right? It just feels better. Are you fighting fires? Really? Because unless you're a fireman, okay, unless you're like somebody out there with a hose in your hand, I'm pretty sure you're just solving problems.
That one gets me every time.
How do we emphasize these things? Instead of eliminating a problem, why don't we try navigating a solution?
Hmm.
It's just, again, these are just like reframing, like just a little mindset shift. Instead of mowing down the competition, let's outshine them. Let's just shine more light, right? Besides, when I think about mowing people, that just is really not a good image. And I know some of you have had this experience on either side. Let's stop throwing people under the bus. Oh my God, what a horrible thing. Why don't we shift it to supporting our teammates? Is your mind just blown? Does that just blow your mind?
That one, throwing someone under the bus is like a whole cultural. See City season one.
I don't want to be overly culturally relevant, but if you're using a chainsaw approach, you might want to shift it to a precision approach. Just a little bit more intention, a little bit more intricacy there.
Ooh. Ooh.
And finally, in this one, instead of crushing a goal, can we just achieve it? Do we have to kill it?
We can do this. We
Even
got
better,
this.
why don't we celebrate a goal?
Yeah,
Let's celebrate that
that
goal.
would be nice. I feel like we don't celebrate enough at work.
We do not. It's always my PS afterthought on everything you do. Hey, PS, celebrate. Take the time.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your culture cues, girl?
Okay.
I'm super
Well,
curious. Oh my God, I always have.
working as a HR professional, working in tech, I have a list. Every tech company is like disrupting the market. But what about reimagining the norm or introducing bold alternatives?
Lovely.
Synergy. I am guilty of this. I've used synergy a lot lately, and synergy has been overused. What about shared intention, co-creating with purpose, real collaboration, the magic that happens when the visions connect?
Absolutely. I love co-creation. I love the concept, the way it sounds. It just makes me happy.
I feel like challenging the status quo is often an aspirational core value of any tech company because they're disrupting the market, right? So then they also feel
And they've got a lot of
called.
synergy.
Yeah, there's tons of synergy. So then therefore they feel called to challenge the status quo. But it's why don't we just ask better questions in meetings, making the invisible visible, reframing what we normally have accepted. So
Huh.
I think challenging the status quo has been so overused that we're not even challenging the status quo.
I think exploring new opportunities popped into my head there. Maybe.
Exploring new opportunities. I like that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Every company is a market leader, but let's be real. All you have to do is pay Gartner tens of thousands of dollars, and you too can be a market leader, right? But what about actually creating impact, not just profits, right? What if we're trusted by our clients and our community? What if we are a catalyst for meaningful growth? Just focused on the market leader, which I feel is just more egoic than actually focusing on what we do in our
It's
business.
not as results driven from what I'm hearing. And
Mm-mm.
and immediately I thought, yeah, we need to promote impact leaders. How do we measure that? That's great.
And HR term, regrettable attrition. What about moments of loss that remind us to lead better?
Ooh, yes, I love that.
Even if you just hit me with something like, dang, our bad, we overhired and we have to let you all go so we can save our bottom line. Like, I just think like calling it what it is. We made poor decisions.
Yeah.
We received lots of productivity,
I would
but we
almost change your phrasing of moments of loss to moments of truth.
shifts in our team that require reflection. Yeah, like I think there had like corporate jargon. I think that it's more fluff speech, more like self-importance than for me, work isn't my everything. I have a life outside of work, and sometimes you just want to tell me straight.
Yeah,
It's just dressing it up, dressing the pig up. It's still a pig.
yeah,
Just tell me what it is.
absolutely. I agree with that. Don't waste my time. Be direct. Let's not play games. Like, just what is the truth?
Those are my five terms that I've heard, words and phrases that I've heard, and that I like to see gone, see something else to arise after that.
Every single one of those sounded tired, and I thought you brought up great alternatives. But they did. They saw synergy. I'm sorry. It's just, oh my God, that's like we're back in the 80s. I think it predates like your existence. It's so old. It needs to go away. Like seriously, it's just not cool anymore. Since 1994.
Oh my God. I was alive then. Yeah, I was alive. Barely, but I was there.
Awesome. Fantastic.
But if there's any corporate jargon that you'd like to share with us, add it
Yeah.
in the comments. And also, we would love to see what you would replace with it. Or if you're looking through the comments and you're not sharing, but you want to add some ideas, do that. We would love to see what you have to say.
Very exciting. Thanks, y'all, for joining us for another episode of Culture Cues. We'll see you soon.